I wanted to do a feminine haul because I want to show you the real shit us girls really buy when we're at the store. You know, sometimes beauty gurus get the perception that, you know, we're like perfect. Actually, we hide all of our imperfections, you know, through clothes, makeup, excessive shoes and bags and other materialistic things. You know, life doesn't revolve around makeup. Shit, I'd rather live on a farm, grow my own vegetables, raise my own cattle, and, you know, live naked. That's the way I want to live. But I actually went to the store too for the purpose of buying. I needed some body wash because I consume that shit. Actually, my boyfriend just bought some really crappy body wash that smelled like something you would scrub on an old person at a nursing home. So I poured that shit out and threw it away. Guys need to learn how to shop for things. So I used to, you know, do all that lush stuff, but that's crap. I'm all about cheap here. So I got some cocoa butter and shea. This is by Suave. It smells really good. I like cocoa butter. This is a feminine haul, so if you get offended by any of this or disgusted, don't. If you're a human with a penis, you probably may not watch this video. And some of this stuff, actually, I'm a little concerned about using, but I'm not concerned about taking care of my V. This is the cleansing wash by Summer's Eve. Ladies, your cookies are sensitive, so you gotta take good care of it. One good way to take care of it is having the right soap, eating pineapple, and drink lots of water. So apparently, this is gynecologist tested. It smells good, but don't wait for that smell to linger. You know, sometimes when you take a shower and you feel like, there's a spot I gotta clean and I'm scared to touch it. And soap is the root of all vaginal issues. You know, soap is just bad all around. Guys don't use soap to wash their thingies, do they? I mean, I don't even use soap unless I'm washing my ass or something. Hey, I'm Filipino, okay? I'm all about the tabo and soap. Power to the tabo! You know, Summer's Eve, I've used this because I myself am a victim of UTIs. What really cured it is just drinking a lot of water. And I used to hate water. Drinking water for me was like drinking prune juice. Ugh. But water, I swear, is like the #1 magical thing on earth because it cures everything. So ever since I started to drink more water, all of my girl issues went away. Physically, not mentally. Speaking of soap.
Hello.
Handmade soap by Primal Elements. And I got the mustache, I thought it was nice. And I got this because I love handmade soaps. When I was in the Philippines, I bought a bunch of like handmade soaps. My thing on soaps is that you have to be careful on the kind of soaps that you buy, especially the ones at the drugstore, because some soaps are harsh on your arse. So I got this mustache. Oh, hello.
I got one advice for you. Don't you ever drop soap.
Oh, and I got a new concealer, which is crap. It's by CoverGirl. It's the Deep Puffer. It takes away like your dark eye circles and puffiness, but it's so light. It's like watery and weird. It's just an $11 crap product I bought again. But I'm definitely gonna return this. I'm just gonna, you know, tell the cashier that I broke out in hives. I think one of the best concealers, inexpensive concealer I've had was definitely from NYX. The one from NYX is actually thick and creamy at the same time, but you only need one layer and it gone. So I went to Target and I needed to get some Beano. So I don't really have a gas problem. I have more of like a bloating problem. I eat a lot of problem foods that are good for me. I eat a lot of vegetables, and sometimes when I eat too much protein, like after a workout, I'll, you know, stuff happens. But I got myself some Beano, and if you have problems with bloating, not because, you know, you're getting a little whittle in the middle. If you have a problem with like cruciferous fruits or vegetables, you may have a condition called germanianism. And that is you get really bloated after you eat like certain vegetables or grains. There's a lot of like gas causing foods. Usually when I eat broccoli, two things, either constipation or I get like really bloated. Bloating causing foods are, you know, beans, cabbage, cucumber, peas, broccoli, carrots, leeks, peppers, beets, cauliflower, lettuce, spinach, Brussels sprouts, corn, onions, oat, rice. But I do have to tell you, it works. Maybe I was bloated because Mother Nature decided to come for the weekend. Ooh, speaking of, the Carefree thong ones are the best. I'm not really like a tampon kind of girl. I'm more like, not a pad kind of girl. There's nothing worse than walking around with a tampon halfway up your vagina. I mean, that shit hurts. These are awesome so that when you wear pants, you don't get like panty, you know, lines. You can just wear your thong and still feel like, you know, pretty safe. Pampering. Oh, Girl. One time when I was like in 11th grade and I had really extremely excruciating cramps, and the nurse said that I can go home for the day. You know, I don't want to tell my mom because she'd be like, ah.
Stay in school.
So I literally like crawled to my car because it hurt so bad, and I drove home with like, I'm like I didn't live too far from school, but it felt like a 2-hour ride. And the whole time I'm like, ah! My feet were out the window, like there was no comfort level. Ever since that trauma, I always load up on, you know, some Midol or some, you know, something that's just gonna sedate me. I have all these signs except headaches and backaches. Cramps, up the yin yang, irritability, on fleek. Oh, speaking of, have you guys ever heard of this thing? I just bought it to show and to just tell you to, probably it's not a good product for you, called the Diva Cup. First of all, 3 reasons why you shouldn't buy this. A, I don't trust it. B, it's $40. And C, it's gross. It's this Diva Cup thingy, and I'm gonna return this, by the way, but I was wondering if any of you guys have ever used this when you are going through your cycle. It's a Diva Cup that you like insert inside, and it lasts for like 12 hours, and you're supposed to like bleed into it. It's really gross. It shows a demonstration picture. I mean, that's always accurate. It's like a disposable cup that you insert and you're supposed, ugh! I have a lot of concerns about that. I don't want to come home one day, catch my dog red-handed with this thing in his mouth. He could choke and die. And this sounds like the most unsanitary thing ever. I don't even like putting in my ring. Like, this is crazy. Like, how are you supposed to take it out? That's gonna be like one big mess. It's gonna look like you slaughtered an elk in the bathroom. That will not only traumatize your boyfriend, but I want my money back. If you guys have ever tried this, if it works for you, great. But other than that, don't get this, please. Oh, I got a new bun maker because my dog destroyed mine, but I've yet to use it. Slip your hair through the hole and you just, you know, roll it around. When you get to the top, you just, you know, clamp it in. I got this Degree dry spray. This is an active shield. Like, you know, there's different kinds of sweat in your armpit. There's like stress sweat, which is like the worst scent ever. And then there's also like when you're actively sweating, how you work. Oh. Makes me want to pop my buttons. If you guys have another deodorant that you would recommend to me, I feel like the deodorant I have right now like only lasts for like an hour, because that's my biggest pet peeve, is whenever my deodorant goes away and then I have that lingering smell on me from my pits. You know why armpits smell when you don't put deodorant? Because there are, you know, pockets in the body where it doesn't have contact with air, where it's warm and moist. Ugh. Our bodies create bacteria, and that's why we have to be sensitive to the care of those pockets in our body. I guess my #1 feminine tip is keep your pockets clean. Okay, so I got this cocoa butter heel softener because I have a tendency to like sit here on my couch while I'm watching, you know, shows with my boyfriend, and I have my little cuticle clipper and I'm sitting there picking at my callus. It's really enjoyable, but it's a really bad thing to do. So that's what I'm giving up for Lent. Stop picking at my feet callus. So this is a daily skin therapy that you would put on your heel. Since I've been doing a lot of boot camp lately, I do a lot of like running that involves a lot to do with my feet. And so therefore I get callus underneath my feet and my hands too. I really just wanted to like make it soft and supple again. So I restocked up on my cocoa butter. Two more things are wax related products. So I bought this wax strip kit by Veet. This is the legs and body hair remover. You know, I can't wait till I'm like 50 where I stop growing hair on my legs, because the women in my family don't really have hair on their legs, and I was cursed with hair on my legs. I've been wanting to do like a laser hair removal treatment on my legs, but I'm scared of lasers. I'm going to make a video on how to properly wax your legs from home. Just give my fur another week. I don't know if you guys have ever I've never gotten a bikini wax or like a Brazilian wax, but Brazilian wax. I'm scared. I really don't feel like bending over for somebody and spreading anything to them. If I could do it myself, I'd rather do it on my own. So the last thing I got is this Bikini Zone. Remember I showed you guys this gel? If you have a problem after you shave, you know, down there, and you start to get like red and like bumps and stuff, you know, kind of starts looking like a Labrador's snout of whiskers. It gets like bumpy and it itches, and you know, it's hard to wear underwear because, you know, you're gonna be sitting there in your car scratching your cookie. So anyways, I got this cream. This time it's a cream, not the gel that I got, because I just like to try different products to really see what my skin will react to. So yeah, that is everything I purchased for my feminine restock. A lot of these things I just kind of replenish, but this definitely returning. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, this is why I always tell you to protect your cookie.